Hey everybody, it's the Black Powder Beginner. And the last few weeks, I've been doing several different things, making several different videos. Last week I shot my Springfield trapdoor Model AT84 at the range at 50 and 100 yards. The previous weeks before that, I've been battling with the bores on my muzzle loaders, on my Thompson Centers and the CVA. But this week, I'm going to go back to another rifle that I really enjoy shooting, but there's been a couple of changes, and let's take a look. All right, so here I am at the new bench, and so this is the changes that I was speaking about in the intro, and that is with the Smith Carbine, a very great Civil War era rifle that I enjoy shooting. You've seen my previous videos. I did like 4 videos on it. I've changed the mainspring. I've loaded these cartridges here. I have weighed out powder charges, all of that good stuff. One thing that I haven't done is shot the uh, actual bullets for this rifle, and these that is here. Now I got these from, and I showed a picture of the website where I got them from in the previous video, but I got these from Jefferson Arsenal. They'll come in this. If you want to buy some, if you have a Smith Carbine, you want to buy some. I'm not endorsed by these people at any point. I'm just a customer. So these are significantly different from what I have been shooting. I have been shooting these 515, 450 grain. These are actually meant for the 5070 government cartridge, which we're going to get into in a later video. But let me just show you the difference in the two. And these are made with the Era's Gone bullet mold from the original bullets. And they fashioned them from the original bullets that they found, I guess, somewhere in the ground somewhere. But I wanted to try these out before I actually bought the mold. So if you can see this, there is a significant difference in the size of these bullets. The Smith Carbine bullet is significantly smaller, shorter, but it has a slightly wider base. The base is about 0.03 inches, 0.003 of an inch wider than the 515, but it is quite a bit shorter than the 515. And if you saw any of my last videos, you know that I'll just leave these right here for you guys to look at while I'm talking. But if you saw my last video, you know that the 515s were keyholing. Some hit straight on, so a lot of them tumbled. So I believe it's because, and I believe I said in a previous video, that it's because the bullets are quite a bit longer and the rifle twist is fairly slow on the Smith Carbine. So with that being said, what I did here was I did a couple different things. These are new brass that I bought. I altered the flash hole a little bit to make it a little bit wider because the original flash hole is entirely too small to get any fire through on one shot, on one musket cap. And I had to open up the opening, which I said in the previous video, I've done it with these, with the older ones. But the real difference is that I used a felt wad that I lubed with my own bullet lube. This bullet is not lubed in this cartridge. I use only the felt wad that I have, that I made, and no lube on the actual bullet. These, I actually lube the bullet. You can see a little bit of the lube here, and I use the felt wad, a ox yoke, I believe, felt wad. Yes, I believe it's ox yoke felt wad, but you can kind of see the difference, but in how the bullet is sitting. It's sitting a little bit higher with my felt wad, without any lube, than with the lubed bullet and the felt wad. But I wanted to use felt wads because I believe that it'll kind of prevent the bullet from the base of the bullet from expanding entirely too much and kind of skipping the rifling. So I want to kind of slow that down. What I also wanted to show you is that I have the aluminum cartridges here, and these are all loaded with 40 grains of 3F Schutzen. And the biggest difference is that the aluminum cases are slightly shorter than, now I don't know if you can see this, but it's slightly shorter. So some of these I loaded with a felt wad, like this one is loaded with the felt wad, and some of them are not. Like, let me see if I can find one that I loaded without. Oh, hit the thing. Well, this one is loaded with the felt wad. You can see that it's seated a little bit higher. These are loaded without felt wads, but but the bullets are lubed. Because of the case being so short, I had to, if I did load it with a felt wad, it was a little bit of protrusion in the case itself. And like this one, I loaded with the felt wad, is sitting up slightly higher. It's ending up just shy of the bottom of the, I guess you could call it a crimp groove, but this collar right here is sitting right in the middle, well, just on top of the lube groove. So I decided that I didn't want it to sit that high. I wanted to sit down a little bit more. So I did not put felt wads in the rest of these. So we'll see how they shoot. I wanted to kind of show a little bit of a distinction on that. Now, this one is a 515, and you can see how high it sits inside the aluminum cases. I loaded this one because the mouth of the aluminum cases was opened up a little bit for the 515, but not for the Smith Carbine ball itself. So I put this one in because I already loaded the powder and the wad. This one also has a felt wad. And so I just put the 515 in here, but a lot of these um, plastic cases are loaded with the 515 previously. I didn't shoot all of them the last time I went to the range. And then you have the Smith Carbine ball, and you can see that there is quite a bit of difference. All are loaded with 40 grains, and all of the plastic cases are loaded with a felt wad. So there's a little bit of variation, and I wrote it down. I wanted to make sure because I want to see what shoots best. And I truly believe, here's my prediction, I truly believe that the cases loaded with the Smith Carbine ball and the felt wad will shoot better than the 515s, of course, and without the felt wad. So we'll see if the lube itself, we'll see how much of a difference, but there is some variations. I wanted to try a couple things out. I'm going to make sure that I keep track of what I'm doing, but since we're going to be experimenting, Let's just go to the range and see. Ready, Caden?
I'm ready.
All right.
That's weird. It didn't look high or low to me. It looked like it went right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you see it hit the ground?
No, I saw the impact behind the target, but not through.
Right, I saw impact behind the target. Like elevation-wise, you look perfect.
Yeah, just a little off to the right.
Just off to the right on that one.
Okay. All right. We getting there. We getting there.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. Range date 13. And like I said, you get the idea. It seems like with the Smith Carbine and these cases, there's a difference because of the difference in the material that the case is made out of, plastic versus aluminum versus brass. The qualities of how the shot is, the velocities and how the shot comes out of the rifle changes significantly. So when you adjust for the brass cases, the aluminum cases are not the same. When you adjust for the aluminum cases, the black plastic cases are not the same. So it kind of becomes you're either shooting one or the other or the other. You can see that with the brass cases, I shot low. With the aluminum cases, I shot a bit high. With the black plastic cases, I shot pretty much where I was aiming for. So that tells me with this research that the black plastic cases are the best cases to use with the Smith Carbine. Now I'll be experimenting more and just trying to see, because I want to be able to take this rifle and shoot it at any distance because it's designed to shoot in that way. So with that being said, more research is upon us. But until then, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.